She walked into his office with a mop and walked out wearing a diamond ring. But this wasn't a fairy tale, it was a deal. A contract. A lie. Or so they thought. Until everything changed. Stay till the end to see how a janitor turned the heart of a billionaire inside out. And if this story moves you like it did us, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this emotional journey with someone who believes in unexpected love. Chapter 1: The Deal That Wasn't Love. Kayla Harper moved like a shadow in the grand halls of Sterling Towers, a skyscraper that touched the sky with its ambition, and echoed with the loneliness of those who built it. At 23, she wasn't supposed to be scrubbing floors or emptying office bins. But life had clipped her wings when her mother fell ill, and Kayla traded her college dreams for a janitor's cart and a pair of worn-out sneakers. Every night, she mopped floors under the glittering eyes of million-dollar portraits and the constant gaze of security cameras. She'd heard the name, Adrian Blackwell, 100 times. The youngest self-made billionaire in the city. Ruthless. Brilliant. Cold. She never expected to meet him. But fate is funny like that. One Tuesday night, long after office hours, she pushed her cart into the executive floor. A broken vase had triggered a silent alarm. She was just doing her job, picking up glass, when the door behind her slammed shut. "Who are you?" a deep voice cut through the silence. She turned, and froze. There he was. Adrian Blackwell. Impossibly handsome. Perfectly tailored. And visibly annoyed. I'm Kayla. Janitor. I thought no one was here. I didn't mean. You shouldn't be here, he interrupted sharply. She grabbed her cart, her cheeks flaming, and muttered an apology. But before she could leave, he said something strange. Wait. What's your name again? Kayla Harper. He stared at her like she wasn't holding a mop, but $1 million answer to a question he hadn't asked yet. 3 days later, she was summoned. A suit escorted her up to the 89th floor, his office. He didn't waste time. I need you to pretend to be my fiancé. Kayla almost laughed. You're serious? Very. Why me? Because you're unknown. No social media. No scandals. No past the press can pick apart. You're real. She blinked, stunned. And what do you get out of this? My board is forcing me into a merger. The investors want to see me settled. Stable. Married. It's optics. If I don't appear emotionally evolved, they'll pull out. And what do I get? She asked, still clutching the handle of her cleaning cart like a shield. $500,000. Half now. Half at the end. You'll live in my penthouse. Wear my ring. Attend a few events. Smile for cameras. And in 6 weeks, we announce our breakup. Kayla laughed again, but it sounded more like a sob. That money could save her mother's life. She shook his hand. And her world changed. The first event was a charity gala. She wore a dress that made her feel like she didn't belong. She stood beside Adrian, her arm tucked into his, as flashbulbs erupted. To the world, they looked like a power couple. But inside, she was trembling. Relax, he whispered through a perfect smile. Just be you. And that's what broke him. Because Kayla didn't try to fit in, she just was. She talked to the waitstaff. She sat on the stairs with a crying flower girl. She laughed too loud, and didn't fake a single smile. Adrian, who had lived behind a wall of polished manners and hollow conversations, found himself listening when she spoke. And wondering who she was when she wasn't pretending. Days passed. She moved into his penthouse. At night, she sat on the balcony while he worked, her presence calming like soft jazz in a too-busy mind. One evening, he found her crying. My mom needs surgery. Even with the advance, it's not enough. Without a word, he wired the rest. You didn't have to. I wanted to, he said, softer than she'd ever heard him speak. But everything shattered one afternoon. They were at an investor's brunch. She made a joke. The room laughed. But then someone asked, so how did you two meet? Kayla hesitated. And Adrian lied. He said they met at a bookstore. That she spilled coffee on him. That it was love at first sight. She smiled through it, but her heart cracked. Later, back in the car, she said, "Why didn't you let me answer?" "Because you'd have told the truth. And that's a problem." "Yes," he said tightly. "Because I can't afford real." She didn't say a word. But her silence was louder than any scream. That night, she packed her things. He found her at the elevator. "Don't go. I'm not your fiancé, Adrian. I'm your lie. You're more real than anyone I've ever known. Then why are you still pretending?" He didn't answer. And the elevator doors closed. Clapperboard to be continued. Speech balloon voiceover ending Chapter 1. What started as a deal is now a storm in their hearts. But is it too late? Or will the billionaire who never believed in love finally see what he's losing? Don't miss Chapter 2, where truths are revealed, hearts are shattered, and love might just find a way. Before we continue, make sure to like this video and subscribe if you believe love can grow in the most unexpected places.